In this video, we're going to talk about section 10.3, intercepts. So what are intercepts? The way that I want you to think about these is these are the major events of a line's life. So people, we get married, we have a graduation, you could have a baby. These are the major events of people's lives. Well, the biggest things, or one of them, that happens in any equation's life are intercepts. So when we get to story problems, we'll see that intercepts end up having usually special meanings within the problem. But for now, the way we're going to think about this is an intercept is the point, an ordered pair, where a line crosses the x or y axis. The x-intercepts are the points where the line crosses the x-axis. The y-intercepts are the points where the line crosses the y-axis. So it is what it sounds like. So what this boils down to is for x-intercepts, this is the moment where a line crosses the x-axis. So all of these points right here are chilling on the x-axis. And because of this, they haven't gone up or down anything at all. So what we will always know about x-intercepts is that the y values are always going to be 0. So whenever you write an x-intercept, you're always going to write it as an ordered pair that will be in the form x, whatever your x value is, comma, 0. So y-intercepts are the same but opposite deal. So a y-intercept is always a point that is chilling on the y-axis. If something is always on the y-axis, it hasn't gone to the left or to the right any at all, so it's going to be right on the 0 point for x. Our ordered pairs for these are always going to be written in the form 0, comma, y. So calculating the x and y intercepts are going to come directly off from this information that we just boiled these down to. So what we know is, again, the x-intercepts have y values of 0. Y-intercepts have x values of 0. So if we extend this, if we're given an equation, to find the x-intercept, we're going to set the y value to 0 and solve for x. Then write an ordered pair. To find the y-intercept, we're going to set the x value to 0 and solve for x, and then write the resulting ordered pair. So let's look at an example. So the equation 5x minus 3y equals 15 is a linear equation. It has an x and a y. They're both to the first power. Again, remember the vertical and horizontal lines are straight lines, and they either have an x or a y. So as long as they're both to the first power, if they exist, then they're going to be examples of linear equations. So finding the x-intercept is using that idea that the y value is going to be 0. So wherever your y is, and this is going to be true of any kind of equation at all, if you're finding an x-intercept, set your y value to 0, and this is always going to cancel something out, which is pretty nice. So that gets rid of this term right here. So 5x minus 0 is just 5x. We're going to divide both sides by 5 and end up with x is equal to 3, which results in the ordered pair of 3, 0. Very similarly, but opposite, for the y-intercept, we set the x value to 0. So I'm going to put 0 in for x and then just kind of continue to work down through till I'm done. So the 5 times 0 is 0. So you're left with a minus 3, which is now a negative 3. So in a way, minus and negative are kind of the same difference. We're going to divide both sides by negative 3 and end up with y is equal to 5, which results in the ordered pair 0, 5. I'm sorry, 0, negative 5. So these are just some quick tips to finding x and y intercepts. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email.